Hey there, and welcome to What's New in HubSpot, our quick hit updates of all the product announcements that HubSpot has made in the last quarter. We realize that there's a lot of changes that are hard to keep up with, so today we're going to walk through these changes and what you can expect to see in your HubSpot account. Let's do this. First, I want to address the new seats-based pricing model that HubSpot announced earlier this year. You may or may not be familiar with this change. If not, HubSpot will be moving to this new seats-based model. Historically, you've been able to add as many users to your account as you deemed necessary. So if somebody needed edit access, you could add them as a user and they were good to go. Now, HubSpot will be moving to core seats and view-only seats. Core seats will be your paid users. These users will have edit access to the tools they need within HubSpot. View-only users are free, and these will be able to see anything in the HubSpot portal as far as contacts, reports, things like that. All accounts are going to be migrated to this new pricing model within the next few months. If you haven't been notified already, you can expect to hear from HubSpot 60 days ahead of your migration. If you're a HubSpot client of ours, you'll also be hearing from us with ways to prepare your account. Best thing to do is to review the users that you need to have edit access and review the users that you need to have view only. The big note here though, do not panic. You'll hear from us, you'll hear from HubSpot. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Our first update pertains to email marketing. Within the last year, I've noticed that on multiple email marketing platforms, open rates and click rates are getting inflated due to bots and security filters. A lot of times companies will have filters in place that will open every email or click every link in the email, making the rate look higher than it actually is, which doesn't give an accurate representation of your email's performance. Some email marketing platforms are working on excluding this traffic, like we'll walk through with HubSpot today. Other email marketing platforms haven't quite caught up, and so it's more of a manual process. The nice thing about HubSpot is they do have bot filtering in place. To see this, you'll go to Marketing and Email, and from here you can analyze individual email performance. We'll look at one that we just sent recently for our YouTube Engineered webinar that will be going live on Thursday. So shameless plug, if you haven't registered, highly recommend. But otherwise, look at this email. You'll click on the individual performance, and from here you can see on the right-hand side, we have bot filtering on. This can be toggled on and off, although I highly recommend you keep it on. With it on, you can then see what was actual human interaction and what was bots. For this example, our open rate was 17.68% on this email. If we would have included the bot traffic, the open rate would have been 27.8%. So a much different email open rate performance. We can also see this on the click rate and the click-through rate. Would have been higher, or in some cases on the click-through rate lower, if bots were included. Imagine this is something that we're going to continue to see evolve with email marketing and with different email marketing platforms. But for now, at least we have a more reliable representation of the actual email performance by excluding that bot traffic. Our next update has to do with form submissions. Historically, you have not been able to export form submissions for certain dates. Now, HubSpot has changed that. So if you wanted to export form submissions from a certain time period, you can do that. In this case, we'll look at our TREW Contact Us form. And if I wanted to see how many submissions were for the last month, I can update that date range. So let's say last month. And we had 14 submissions. Now to export those, I'd go up to the top right-hand corner, hit export, and now there is the date range filter here. Historically, again, this was not something that was available within HubSpot, but because of this change, you can now export form submissions for certain date ranges versus having to export all of the records and going through them manually. Now let's look at the meeting scheduler. Historically, you've only ever been able to create links that would have a rolling time period of up to 11 weeks. So if somebody wanted to book time on your calendar, they could only go 11 weeks out. That has since changed. So if we wanted to create a new link or edit a link, in this case, we'll edit. You go up to scheduling and then scroll down to the advanced settings. You can now set your meeting link to a rolling period of time of up to 60 weeks. So somebody could book you up to a year in advance. Depends on the use case here, but if you need it, it's now available. 11 weeks was the cap. Now you can book up to 60 weeks. It will not let you go further than that, however. So if I tried to change this to 65, it's not going to let me save it. 60 is your cap. Hot off the heels of Inbound, we've got some exciting new product announcements that were just released late last week. If you remember ChatSpot, Breeze Copilot is the first one I'm going to walk through, and it replaces ChatSpot within the CRM. This is chat functionality powered by AI that will allow you to create content or access data without having to manually look it up. Up in the top right-hand corner is where you'll access it. Any user has access regardless of your tier or your HubSpot portal. There are pre-baked prompts within here where you can click through and see whether you want to generate a new blog, summarize an article. Let's say you want to assign some contacts to yourself. As an example, we're going to look at the count of contacts added. And let's say I want a count of contacts that were added for 2024. We'll send that chat through. And it's now going to go back into our CRM and give me a summary of all of the new contacts that have been added to the system this year. So we'll wait for that to happen. I feel like we need some Jeopardy music. There we go. So in 2024, we've added 1,297 new contacts. It then gives us a summary of what day the highest number was added, what day the lowest number was added, and on average, how many we're adding per month. It also gave us a chart so we can see, not surprisingly, February is when we released our research, so that's when we had the most new contacts in the system. But this was a lot easier than having to go back, create lists, use filters, look at our contacts. We can just look at it here directly within this chat feature. There is a lot more to come with Breeze Copilot. So as we learn more, be sure to subscribe to our newsletter, subscribe to our YouTube channel, where I'll be sharing all of the fun things that I learned about this new tool. Next up, we've got Breeze AI agents. So within the same Breeze AI system, they've released a couple of additional tools that you can find under Breeze AI in the menu options here. So we'll go to Overview. I'm not going to demo these just yet. More videos will come on that. But just to get an idea of what is being offered, you can see a video of the new Breeze AI tools here. As you scroll down, you can also see the Copilot that we just walked through, browse the agents, or explore intelligence. Down at the bottom here is where you'll see the 4 new agents that are powered by AI. We've got the social agent, which will help you create a social media strategy or create social media posts. This is available to anybody that has a Marketing Hub Pro Plus account. The prospecting agent is available to Sales Pro Plus users. Content agent is available to Content Pro Plus users. And the customer agent will be available to Service Pro Plus users. If you are interested in trying these betas, you can launch them and request access. But like I said, more information will be coming on these tools and how they will help you save time and access more information out of your system. Next up, we'll look at Breeze Intelligence. Breeze Intelligence is going to be especially useful for the engineering companies that I know use tools like Zoom Info for data enrichment or buyer intent purposes. This is a tool that's been sorely missing from HubSpot that I'm super excited about because I know so many of the companies I work with use tools like Zoom Info. The nice thing down here is that the data enrichment piece will start to enhance the contact and company records that you already have in your system. The buyer intent will allow you to create a target market, define what that intent data is, and show you those right fit opportunities that are already in your CRM. There's already there's also a form shortening piece. So if you already have the data in your system, it's not going to show you the number of different fields that need to be completed on a form, enhancing the conversion rates of those forms. All these tools are still in beta, so they're not as readily available, but there will be more information coming in the next few weeks. So stay tuned for all of that. And there you have it. Some of the more valuable changes that I've seen in HubSpot within the last few months. Something new that we're also going to be offering here is HubSpot Audits. This is going to be available to help you look at your system, see what tools you're using well, what tools you could be optimizing further, and really get the most bang out of your buck. If you're interested in more information on that, you can find it in the description below. Otherwise, look forward to hearing from you. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. We're happy to help.